talent-wise, this is probably the most talented team I've ever had.
The golf team took home first and second place honors from its first time this season. Plus, seniors got their goodbye honors.
I'm Luke Milai at Howard Field, where the field hockey team is playing its season finale. I'll have more on the Big East playoff picture.
Postseason berths, conference awards, and some spring football to talk about with the quarterback competition.
OwlSports Update is live and it starts right now. Hello, Owls fans everywhere. Welcome to another edition of OwlSports Update. He's Ray Dunne, and I'm Courtney Murphy.
Following a massively successful weekend for athletics, there's a lot to get to. We start with the team looking for something it's never had before. Men's soccer taking a trip to SMU. Remember, the Owls knocked off a second-ranked Mustangs team at home earlier this season. A win locks the Owls into the 3 seed in the AAC. Temple in white, it's a defensive battle early on both sides as they struggle to find the back of the net. Sean Courtney gets this run on net and the goalkeeper is called for a penalty. Amir Cohen scores the penalty kick and the Owls lead 1-0 in the 85th minute. Skage Simonson responds for SMU and the Mustangs tie it up late. Overtime soccer. Owls with an opportunity and Mike Egendahl cleans it up, scores the goal, a win 2-1 and the 3rd seed in the AAC tourney.
That 3rd seed spot gives the Owls a ticket to the AAC semifinal. They finished the regular season with a 5-4-1 record. This is the 3rd time in 4 seasons the Owls have made it to the semifinals, but they never made it to the finals. Now the team heads down to the tourist destination city of Orlando to take on Tulsa Thursday in the first round. Tulsa was once ranked 23rd during the season and finished the 2nd seed with a 6-3-1 record. Ironically, the one time between these two teams is from the game they had against each other in mid-March. This will be the team's 9th matchup, with Temple leading the series at 3-2-3. Temple and Tulsa will play first at 4 p.m., then number 1 seed UCF and number 4 seed SMU will play at 7. The winners of each game will then play each other in the finals Saturday at 7.
The accomplishments don't stop with the win or the semifinal berth. Pierre Caillet becomes the first Owl to be named Defensive Player of the Year since 2004. It's the first time Temple has won this award since joining the AAC, and Caillet did so in a unanimous fashion. He and Sean Courtney both made the conference's first team. Freshman standout goaltender Owen Goronsky was named to the 2nd team and the all-rookie team.
The Owls are riding a 3-game winning streak heading into the AAC tournament with the goal to win their first conference title. OwlSports Update's Nicolette Mayo shows their preparation.
The Temple men's soccer team is trying to do something it's never done before, win a conference title, and now they are 2 games away. The Owls finished the regular season with a 5-4-1 record, their first winning record in the AAC since 2017. And with the 3rd seed, they move into the AAC semifinals versus Tulsa.
I think at the playoffs, it's a whole other competition. I think we got to forget about the regular season and really focus on the playoffs.
Pierre Caillet and Brandon Johnson are 2 senior defenders who play key roles in helping the Owls into the postseason by winning their final 3 conference games, including an overtime win at SMU on the final day of the regular season.
Those wins were crucial, and it plays a big part in our confidence going into the tournament as well.
The AAC did not expect the Owls to be in the position that they are in now. They were picked to finish 4th out of 6 teams in the preseason poll.
In 2019, the Owls did win a playoff game, but lost in the semifinals to Central Florida, who lost in the championship game to SMU.
I think this group is more ready than we've been then make those next steps. And obviously that will continue to breed confidence, and having the confidence to know that we can play and beat anyone in our league, I think is a big step that we've made.
The Owls will play their semifinal matchup on Thursday at 4 p.m. in Orlando, and the winner of that game will play in the championship game on Saturday at 7 p.m. At the Temple Sports Complex, reporting for OwlSports Update, I'm Nicolette Mayo.
Thanks, Nicolette. Now we head 600 miles west to Cincinnati, where lacrosse was looking to keep its win streak alive. Temple in its cherry uniforms. After the Bearcats jump out to an early 5-1 lead, Gabriella Kirsch scores that one for the Owls. 6 minutes left of the first half. Bearcats' Alyssa Adams extends their lead to 5, the largest of the game. Halftime score, 8-5 Cincy. Temple comes back firing from halftime, scoring 3 goals within 4 minutes. Junior Abigail Ryan is the last of those 3 to tie the game 8-8. The last minutes resulted in a back and forth, but Temple pulls ahead, outscoring the Bearcats 11-6 in the second half. They win in comeback fashion 16-14 and extend the streak to 3. Now to Sunday for Game 2 in this weekend set. Temple in its white uniforms this time. Bridget Whitaker gets the Owls on the board on a free position shot. Bearcats find the back of the net with 11 minutes left in the half, courtesy of Monica Borzillo. Halftime score, 6-1 Temple. Whitaker is one of the standouts for Temple, having 3 goals, 5 draw controls, and 2 assists. Speaking of assists, Megan Hoffman, who scores right there, had 3 assists in this game. She is now 7th in single-season assists all-time with 28. While the Bearcats did come back to make it respectable, it's Temple taking its 4th straight win, 10-8. The weekend sweep of the Bearcats improves Temple to 8-3 on the season and keeps the Owls unbeaten on the road. Ranked 3rd in the AAC, a single win over East Carolina in this upcoming weekend series will lock Temple into the AAC postseason. After this series, Temple travels to Nashville for a regular season finale with Vanderbilt, trying to earn themselves the 2nd seed heading into the playoffs next month.
Break time. When we come back, the golf team picks up a tournament title on the home course, and football used this spring to find a possible starting quarterback.
And I'm OwlSports Update's Luke Milai. The field hockey team is wrapping up its regular season against LaSalle. I'll have a game update and a breakdown of the postseason picture when we come back.
Welcome back. We head to Howard Field, where field hockey honored its senior Sunday to finish the series against Villanova after the Saturday win. Temple is in red. Nanka Orlemans gets the first goal of the game and her 4th of the season 3 minutes in. Temple leads 1-0 at the half. Villanova took a 2-1 lead 3rd quarter, but Temple would come back in the 4th. Sophomore Caitlin Amsden tied the game 10 minutes left, her first career goal. Then at the 52nd mark, freshman Myrta Schulenberg has the game-winning goal and her first career goal. Temple gets the 3-2 win and the series sweep. Field hockey has 1 game left before the Big East tournament, and that game is happening right now. We bring in OwlSports Update's Luke Milai, who is at the home game against LaSalle. Hey, Luke.
Hey Courtney, I'm here at Howard Field, where the field hockey team is wrapping up its regular season against LaSalle. This game is in a 0-0 tie halfway through the first quarter. This game itself does not have any postseason implications, but the postseason is right around the corner. Temple will be scoreboard watching this weekend, as Providence is the only team that can catch Temple for the 4th and final playoff spot in the Big East standings. Providence has a 2-game weekend series against Old Dominion, where the Friars will have to lose both games for the Owls to hold on to that last spot. Due to a couple of different tiebreakers, including winning percentage against common opponents, if Providence wins 1 of the 2 games this weekend, the Owls will be on the outside looking in of this postseason picture in the Big East. As for today's game, the Owls are looking for their 8th win of the season. If they win today, it would mark their most wins in a season since 2015. Reporting live from Howard Field at the Temple Sports Complex, I'm Luke Milai. Ray and Courtney, back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Luke. The NCAA is getting hit hard again, thanks to its handling of a female sport. First, it was women's basketball. Now it's volleyball. OwlSports update Sage Hurley is at the studio set. Hey, Sage.
Thanks, Courtney. Within the past month, coaches, athletes, and fans have spoken out against the NCAA and inequity within women's college sports. You might remember the uproar over the viral video that showed off the difference between the men's and the women's weight rooms at the basketball tournament. Well, now it's women's volleyball. As of last week, the women's volleyball tournament was scheduled to include 25% fewer teams than usual. No announcers on the broadcast, no locker rooms for the athletes until the Elite Eight, and unsafe flooring in the form of a sport court laid over cement. Coaches and players quickly took a stand against those conditions, prompting the NCAA to make some big changes to its original plan. Remember, the Owls were just one win away from an automatic bid to the tournament.
We have, if the field would have been 64, we would have had a very good opportunity, very good chance to be one of those 64 teams. I think having commentators and streaming all these matches, especially because it's a reduced field in one location, is the minimum that should be done. If the NCAA stands behind what they praise day in, day out, and that is providing the best quality of opportunities for our student athletes.
This pushback has caused some changes to the tournament. Now, for the very first time, the entire tournament is scheduled to air on ESPN. The tournament began on Wednesday in Omaha, Nebraska, and the national championship game will be held on April 24th. Reporting from the studio set, I'm Sage Hurley.
Thank you, Sage. The American Athletic Conference is following the NCAA's lead that will allow student athletes to transfer within the conference and not lose any eligibility. The football team has already lost a handful of its athletes to the transfer portal, including the starting quarterback. Here's OwlSports Update's Brielle Berry with that race for the new starting spot.
The Temple football team had 9 players leave this offseason via the new transfer portal. The biggest name comes at the quarterback spot with Anthony Russo heading to Michigan State, but Russo's departure will turn into someone's gain. There are several quarterbacks in spring camp with a shot at seeing time behind center.
It's a really talented room, and you know what I'm hoping for, I don't know if I'll get it, is that somebody takes it and runs away with it and wins the job.
Likely the most intriguing name is Georgia transfer DeJuan Mathis. He will compete with Real Mitchell, who transferred to Temple last year at this time.
The players, the way the team is gelling right now, I feel like it's the best decision that I could have possibly made.
From DeJuan down to Real, and they all have good athletic ability, and you know, can move with their feet. So it'll definitely give us an added dimension.
Everybody in the quarterback room can really run the ball. So now it's easier to transition that offense that can really fit everything we do really well and then plays off of that afterwards.
While it's easy to concentrate on what might be the top 2 names, it's important to remember that last season, the Owls had 6 different players at quarterback, with one of them being a wide receiver. So there is a lot that can happen between now and conference play in October. Reporting for OwlSports Update, I'm Brielle Berry.
Thanks, Brielle. Let's hit the links. Temple's golf team hosted the Temple Spring Invite on Saturday at the 1912 Club. Villanova, Ryder, and St. Joseph's all came out for the event, but the Owls got the best of the group. Connor McGrath, seen teeing off here, tied for the top spot individually with Villanova's Matt Minerva. Both shot an even 70 par. McGrath's impressive day included an eagle on a par 5 at the 12th hole. That was enough for him to earn his first collegiate win and AAC Men's Golfer of the Week. Senior Dawson Anders and sophomore Graham Chase both finished 2 over par and tied for 3rd place. Temple's 5 won by 13 strokes, shooting 7 over par as a group. The Owls followed up the weekend win with another strong effort on Tuesday, finishing 2nd out of 16 teams at the Wildcat Spring Invitational. It has the Owls feeling very confident heading into the weekend, where they will play at the Abarta College Invitational outside of Bethlehem.
If they can trust themselves in their ability, I think we can do some really good things because they're so talented. I would say talent-wise, this is probably the most talented team I've ever had.
And our Coach Quinn, always tells us, just trust yourselves, trust your work ethic. You're good enough to be here. You're good enough to win. So just go out and do it. Get out of your own head.
If we all just focus up on trying to execute those finishing holes and playing those pretty well, then I think that we're going to be in it on Sunday.
We have to take a quick break. When we come back, it's off to the tennis courts with both teams in action.
Stick around. OwlSports Update will be back in 90 seconds. Welcome back. Women's tennis celebrated their three seniors Saturday afternoon against a Big Five opponent, LaSalle, at home. LaSalle had a 0-6 record going in, and Temple was coming off a loss against number 45 ranked Tulsa, but one team was going to come out victorious. Every Temple singles player won her match, and that theme carried on to the doubles matches as well. Freshman Vinita Mumadi and graduate student Alexandra Duranchenko extended their singles records to 9-1. Temple swept LaSalle 7-0 this one, making this the third sweep this season. The Owls are now 8-2. Now on to men's, where they also had their senior day Saturday afternoon at home against Colgate. Just like the women's, the men's team's winning streak was snapped by conference matchup and a number 30 ranked Tulsa. They're looking to come back. Leading singles player Marin Delmas won both his single and doubles match with teammate Juan Eros. The rest of the team followed that winning trend, beating Colgate in all singles and double matches. The Owls rebounded and clutched a 7-0 win, improving their record to 10-2 overall. As we are into mid-April, many teams are celebrating Senior Day, as we've already seen. Track and field celebrated its seniors Friday afternoon at the Temple Invite. OwlSports Update Sang Nguyen provides a recap of the event.
Thanks, guys. The women track and field team have competed at their home track the last time this season, and they did not disappoint their home city. The Owl had several notable finishes here at Temple Sport Complex over the weekend while celebrating their senior nights at the Temple Invite. Senior Aisha Brown kicks off the meet with the high jump. She took second place with a mark of 1.70 meters. Redshirt senior Grace Moore, who previously broke the school record for a 3,000-meter race last meet, just set another personal best at the 1,500-meter event with a time of 4:19.28. And freshman rookie Chidomga Nokulume, who ran a 200-meter in 25.50 seconds for second place. Senior Mallory Smith, Michelle Joyce, graduate Emma Gee, and many others were honored in between the event for their contribution to the track and field team. Next weekend, the Owl will make a short trip to University of Pennsylvania for the Quakers Invite on April 17 and the Philadelphia Metropolitan on April 24th. I'm Sang Nguyen reporting from Temple Sport Complex, OwlSport Update.
Thank you, Sang. It's part of the business in college men's basketball nowadays. Transfers come and go. Temple is no exception. As the program prepares for its third season under Aaron McKee, OwlSports Update's Luke Mealy has the scoop on what to expect this offseason.
It's no real surprise. The men's basketball team is losing some veterans before next season. Senior captains J.P. Mormon and Devondre Perry, as well as graduate transfer Brendan Berry, have all entered the transfer portal. The trio accounted for 33% of the team's points, 38% of the rebounds, and 38% of the assists. With these key pieces leaving, the team is expressing one word for next season: opportunity.
It's sad to see them go, but I'm happy for them that they get another opportunity. And it's also another opportunity for the guys, the younger guys, the freshmen, to step up and finish.
There is a major leadership role to fill, with both team captains leaving a team that finished 5-11 this past year. And it starts with the underclassmen.
Jeremiah Williams, freshman point guard, was a leader from day one when he stepped on campus. He was a a vocal young man. He was a young man that wasn't afraid to make others uncomfortable.
While the Liacouras Center is where we see the final results of the offseason, the real hard work starts in the summer, right here at Pearson McGonigal Hall.
Everybody that's developing, I think, will have better chances of winning a lot more games this year.
It'll be a great summer for us. It's a big summer for us. It'll give us an opportunity for these guys to really go through the whole rigors of the program and really get acclimated to what we want.
The Owls get back on the court as a team for the first time when summer workouts begin at the end of June. Reporting for OwlSports Update, I'm Luke Milai.
Thank you, Luke. Alumni fencer Kamali Thompson developed a name for herself both at Temple and also after graduation with her drive to balance medical school and her training for the Summer Olympics. I sat down with Thompson to discuss how she handles such lofty goals.
Before she graduated in 2012, alumni fencer Kamali Thompson was a 4-time NCAA championship qualifier. But that was just the beginning. 9 years later, Thompson is training for the 2021 Tokyo Summer Olympics while pursuing her dream of becoming an orthopedic surgeon.
We do like 2 practices a day. We'll have one in the morning or in the afternoon and then one in the evening. And then you have strength training that you do like individually.
Balancing medical school and Olympic training took a lot of time management. She developed that skill early on from her time at Temple. She earned herself Student Athlete of the Year for 2 years for her fencing performance and academic performance. That way, when she graduated, she received a Bachelor of Science degree in biology with honors.
I have to manage my time well or else things just won't get done. Being an athlete, I need to do something with sports medicine to help other athletes. And then I found orthopedic surgery.
Thompson recently became a member of the Olympic and Paralympic Medical Advisory Board, where she combines her passions of being an athlete and helping others. The board's goal is to improve on medical needs for athletes.
So we're looking at everything. We're looking at how to tackle COVID. And then we're just looking at other things that medical or that athletes need on a day-to-day. So do we need more treatment? Do we need more doctors? I think I found my purpose. This is a space that needs someone who's an athlete and who's a medical professional. And that's me.
Kamali was recently matched to an orthopedic residency next fall at Temple University Hospital. She will soon become a part of a 4% of African American doctors in the U.S. But we'll be back in 90 seconds.
Welcome back to OwlSports Update. It's calendar time. Both tennis squads are on the road on Friday. Men's at Penn, women's at Fordham. Lacrosse opens up a 2-game set with ECU Friday at 4 p.m. Saturday, crew and rowing are both at the Kerr Cup. Women's track and field are at the Quaker Invite. Women's tennis plays host to Bucknell. And Sunday, men's golf has an invitation at Hellertown, and men's tennis travels to FAU.
As seasons are coming to a close, sadly, so are we. But don't start crying yet. A new sports brief is back on Monday. Then our last Owl Access Pass on Tuesday with Adam Cronali and Brooklyn Vaughn. On Thursday, Dom Gillespie and I will co-anchor for the first time in the last Owl Sports Update for the semester. It's our senior show.
For me, that's a wrap for this semester. Thank you so much to our hardworking crew, executive producer Matt Fine, and especially to our producers Haley Palmer and Jack Lynch for their hard work. As for you, Courtney, I can't wait to see all the tremendous things you do in your life post-graduation. Thanks for putting up with me.
A co-anchor I could never forget. One last big thank you to our crew and producers this semester. One last sign off. He's Ray Dunne. I'm Courtney Murphy. Have a great day, everyone.